Hello and a huge warm welcome to all of our Calcasieu Parish School librarians. I am so excited that you're all here today. We have a really fantastic session planned, and I promise we're going to have some fun bringing STEM to life in your libraries. So here's a quick look at our game plan. First, we'll talk about our why we're all here. Then, we'll get to meet the amazing little tool we'll be playing with today. After that, we'll connect it to your curriculum, and finally, we'll lay out our plan for you to get your hands on it and get creative.
Okay, let's dive right in. The first thing we need to talk about is our foundation, our starting point. And you know what? It all begins with a very important group of people, all of you.
Look, this session wasn't just pulled out of thin air. We sent out that parish-wide STEM survey. You took the time to respond with your thoughts and your needs, and believe me, we listened. Everything we're doing today is a direct result of your feedback. This is a team effort. All right, now for the main event. Let's get to know the tool that's going to help us unlock all of that awesome STEM potential you told us about in the survey. It's time to meet the microbit.
So, what is this thing? Well, let's start simple. And please don't let the words programmable computer scare you. Just think of it like a tiny creative brain. The BBC designed it specifically to make coding feel less like work and more like play, totally hands-on and fun for everybody.
And, this isn't some brand new, untested gadget that just appeared. The microbit has a pretty rich history, actually. It builds on this legacy of educational computers that inspired whole generations. It officially launched back in 2016, and since then, millions of students all over the world have used it. It's a proven, powerful tool for learning. And the best part, the whole creative process is just so simple. It all starts with a student's imagination, right? From there, they code their idea. And a lot of the time, that just means dragging and dropping a few colored blocks. Then they send it to the microbit, and boom, they get to watch their creation literally come to life, right in their hands. It honestly feels a little bit like magic. So let's get real for a second. How does this connect to what you're already doing? Because a cool tool is only useful if it actually fits into our world, right? How does this little device fit into a Louisiana classroom? And more importantly, into your library? Now, this is where the microbit becomes a real powerhouse. See, it's not just a coding tool, it's a cross-curricular one. You can hit state science standards by building a digital thermometer. You can work on math standards with an angle tool. You can even tackle ELA standards by letting students create their own interactive stories. It's like a bridge between technology and the lesson plans you already have. And to make sure that we actually build that bridge, we wanted to remove the biggest hurdle right away. So, I am so thrilled to tell you that this is not just a demo. By the end of our time together today, every single one of your schools will have a microbit to take back to your library. It's yours to keep for your students and teachers to use. And that brings us to our last section, the hands-on plan. This is where we stop talking about it and you get to actually do it. This next part of our day is your time to play, to explore, and to just get comfortable with this thing. So here's what's coming up. First, you're each going to get your school's microbit. Then, we'll walk through some simple guided projects together just to build up some confidence. After that, you'll have time to explore the incredible project library online, and then we'll wrap up by brainstorming all the amazing ways you can bring this back to your library. Okay, before we actually get the hardware in our hands, I want everyone to just take a deep breath and read this slide. Let that sink in for a second. We are not trying to turn you into expert coders today, I promise. That is not the point. The goal here is to make you a confident guide. So what does a guide do? Well, you don't need to know all the answers. When a student comes up and asks, "How do I make the lights blink?" your role is simply to know where to point them. Your new superpower is knowing that microbit.org is packed with tutorials and answers. You get to be the facilitator, the encourager, the one who empowers them to find the solution themselves. So as we wrap up this little intro and get ready to create, I want to leave you with this one thought. Think about the kids in your library. Think about their curiosity, their amazing imaginations. Today, we're going to get the tools that will help them bring those ideas to life. So, what will they create first? Hello and a
Welcome to the Microbit Educational Foundations course. First lessons with MakeCode and the Microbit. The BBC Microbit is a tiny computer with huge potential. On this small device, which you can hold in the palm of your hand, you can explore temperature, light, movement, sound, buttons, and more. You can also unplug the device, attach a battery pack, and take your projects out into the real world. With so much potential, it can be hard to decide where to start, particularly for those new to the microbit. This course is designed to help. Here, we present a sequence of lessons that provide a pathway through 6 projects that are perfect to introduce your learners to coding on the microbit using Microsoft MakeCode. We have handpicked these projects to cover a range of key concepts when exploring coding for the first time. Our aim is to make it as easy as possible to take your first steps with using the microbit in your classroom. For each project, we will highlight the key computing concepts introduced and the new blocks of code that are being used. Then, we talk you through running the project with your learners. We use the following framework: think, create, evaluate, extend, share. We believe think is an important first step. It may feel unnecessary for short, easy projects, but it is a great habit to get into. As learners progress, the think stage will be crucial for developing their ideas. In the create stage, learners make the projects come to life by writing code and building programs. In evaluate, learners put the code onto their microbits to thoroughly test it. Does it work as expected? They may need to amend the code at this stage and test again. Once the basic program is working, then there is an opportunity to extend. Extending is a great way to allow learners to flex their creativity skills. How much or how little you encourage learners to extend their programs is your choice. Finally, it is time to share learning experiences. This allows learners to celebrate success, understand what they have learnt, and to learn from the experiences of others. To support sharing and celebrating learner success, we have a certificate for this sequence of lessons which learners can update as they make progress through each project. So, let's get started.